Leslie McRossi with Lark Realty Group, and the real estate market has kind of come to a halt, and homeowners are not selling their homes to move up. In fact, most of my sellers for this year have moved out of state, and sellers aren't putting, or homeowners are not really putting their home on the market unless they need to. So I decided to create a series called Fall Back in Love with Your Home. And that is going to entail several different episodes where I interview industry experts to talk about how can we fall back in love with our home, whether that is doing some remodeling, looking at some home maintenance type things that need to be done to make sure you have a safe home. And then today I'm here with Lisa, and hi Lisa. She's one of the co-founders of Tending the Castle. And I love the concept of this business because I think we get really overwhelmed sometimes with what we have going on.
Yes.
In life and children and your home. I mean, I know for myself, every year I have somebody come in and help me in January kind of clean up my office because the clutter just keeps accumulating over and over. And then it becomes an issue where I don't even want to deal with it, and I can't get out of my own way to figure it out. So tell me about yourself to kind of start with, and then kind of what the concept and catalyst was for starting Tending the Castle.
Okay. Well, I am Lisa. I've had a professional job most of my life. I was an architectural sales rep. An architectural sales rep is basically a sales rep for a large manufacturing company. And we actually I would go to architectural offices and basically promote that product. I was very much involved in the construction world for many, many years. I also had my own construction company with my ex-husband. When COVID happened in 2019 or 20, I had a great job here in Colorado, and I managed 5 states as an architectural sales rep. And I was at a little more advanced age. So sales was it was kind of winding down my sales career anyway. Mm-hmm. And COVID happened, and the company eliminated my entire department. So it wasn't just me. It wasn't an age thing. And it gave me time to want to give back to society. And it gave me a time to say, my kids are grown. What can I do to give back to society, keep myself busy, and do something that I love? Mm-hmm. So I basically just started cooking for a family. I went through a process and found a family that basically a doctor and another professional, and they just didn't have time to really make healthy meals. Mm-hmm. So I went in and I started cooking for them 4 days a week, and it was great. And she kept on saying to her colleagues, hey, I've got this person. And before I knew it, I had more jobs than I needed.
Oh my gosh.
So I started thinking about, okay, this is a great opportunity for me to start my own company because I am quite entrepreneurial to begin with. And it just kind of fell in place. I had met a woman at a party we had a lot in common about how we felt about these things. And she was also had lost her job with COVID. She came from the corporate world. Mm-hmm. And I said, would you like to be my partner in this? Because I don't really think I could do this by myself. And we started the company. And Tending the Castle has been here since 2000. We actually started in 2020, but really became the company in 2021.
So the kind of the umbrella concept is house manager.
Right.
But I understand from talking with you, there's a lot of different aspects that encompasses. Can you talk a little bit more about your services?
So a house manager, you can look at it as almost like a personal assistant. Mm. It's almost like duplicating yourself. Like we go in and we kind of pride ourselves in feeling what it is that you need. We ask the right questions, see what it is where your sticking points are, where you're frustrated in your home, right? Because everybody's a little bit different, even though everybody has the frustration with the laundry, or the cooking, or just not like they buy something on Amazon, or they've been to the store and they went and tried all these clothes on, they brought them home, they didn't like any of them, or whatever it is. Getting those back to the store, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All of those things, doing shopping, planning a vacation, getting the roof to be looked at. Mm-hmm. You've got a leak in the roof, or you haven't had it maintained in forever, or your gutters are full and you've never had them cleaned. There's just everything that you could possibly imagine running a home.
There is.
right? So what we can do is we go in and we bring in a house binder, which every house should have a house binder, a home management binder. And basically that is, hey, once a year we have the gutters cleaned, or twice a year, depending on, where you live and how many
Right.
leaves. Lawn care. Sometimes we provide personal chefs. Sometimes we do managing their cleaning crew. I mean, it's so, I don't want to like put too much emphasis on one.
No, it sounds like so do you meet with the homeowner and come in and kind of just do an assessment?
Yes.
Because maybe they also can't see where they could benefit from you.
Yes.
So you can kind of go through
Very good point.
design services, or task oriented, or
Yes.
chef services, or party planning.
All of those things. Very good. Yes. So
do you guys have different packages for that, or do you people pay like certain hour, like a block of hours each week, or how does that work?
So our minimum is a 5-hour, because we don't really feel like under 5 hours you're going to notice any difference.
Right.
We can get a lot done in 4 hours, but I don't think that you're really going to see the advantage, right? Because you're going to say, well, I have this task, this task, this task.
Yeah.
But it's really the nuances that the homeowner's going to see. Like, we'll do things like, set the table, a beautiful table, when we're there.
Yeah.
It's not on our list, right? But it's something that, or, bring flowers, or do something like that you're going to be like, oh, or we also make people's beds. That's not part of our service.
Yeah.
But people run out of the house in the morning and their beds aren't, and they come home and their beds are made and the pillows are fluffed, and they're like, oh my God, I didn't think that was going to happen, but oh my God, it was so nice to come home to something that feels like the cleaning service was just there, but we're not cleaning, obviously.
No.
We don't do any cleaning.
But it feels like a white glove service, something just extra.
Yes.
Kind of, again, to kind of make you fall back in love with your home.
Yes.
And enjoy your space. And when you're so busy and not able to
That's very true.
see what's happening in there, it sounds wonderful to have services to come in and take that off your plate a little bit, so you get a little bit of your time back.
Yeah.
To maybe enjoy it with your family, or maybe you can go exercise, or.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it really is a mental health service.
Okay, I can see that.
Like, I really believe that we and I don't want to genderize this at all, but like, we as women do take on a large majority of the child care,
Mm-hmm.
the house care. And I know people are now stepping up, and there is a new renaissance too. It's not really a renaissance, but let's just call it that.
We're equally balanced now.
We're trying, but it's still, regardless of how much we think it's equally balanced, it really mostly isn't. So it is, I think, very important for women to not feel like they have the weight of the world on them for their jobs, for their children, and then even maintaining the romance of the relationship, right? And maybe they don't have the time or the space to think about that. We can think about that a little bit, like making a nice dinner, buying a great bottle of wine before they get home, and setting a beautiful table. So when a couple does get home, they have time to put their children to bed, but dinner's made.
Oh my gosh, that would be incredible.
And maybe we could make a snack for the kids when they come home, like a simple children's meal, but then make a romantic dinner for them at night. So most of us are good cooks. Not all of us cook. We do have some girls that are women that are more clerical, that can do more of the clerical services. And that's, in our interview, that's what we would determine.
Okay.
What we provide, I think, which is really, I think, one of the sweetest things about our service, there's a team of us. If the house provider that you have just doesn't maybe match your personality or your style of home or whatever it is, we can immediately put somebody else in. Even the training is now off of you, because we are training, Callie and myself, train each person in each home. If you've got a project in your house, say, you've decided that you're going to redo your basement, or your basement's not a finished basement and you want to have it finished. It's just obviously an example. We can work with getting an interview with several different architects or interior people, or, general contractors. And we won't make those decisions for you, but we will gather the information. And then be somewhat of a project manager. Make sure that somebody's there to oversee when you're at work. Did the the drywall people come in?
Right. Oh my
And
gosh.
did they come in and did they do their job? Did they leave it clean? I mean, again, we're not project managers professionally, but we can be there to make sure that the job's getting done and that they're showing up, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Is there kind of a common theme that you're seeing with your clients with services that they want? And because I imagine some people are full-time, some clients are full-time, and some might be part-time just to kind of help with a specific task. But
I mean, it can get a little expensive when you're getting up in the hours, but it depends on what you need and how much you're willing to invest in your home and your peace of mind. People are overwhelmed with the amount of stuff in their house, right? And they don't realize that. So they're like, I can't get the laundry put away. Like I spent all weekend doing the laundry. Most people just have too many clothes.
yes, that's very true.
Right? Or they don't have enough furniture. They don't have the proper furniture. And it's just like a couple small adjustments that will make things a lot easier. But a lot of it is declutter. And people continue to clutter.
Yeah.
It's not something that you do it once a year, which good on you. Some people don't do it for 5 years.
Yeah. Well, that's just the office. So.
Yeah.
So there
you
is.
go. Yes. There is another service that we provide. We do a project-based service as well. This kind of comes into the real estate side. We do move-ins and move-outs. We don't actually pack, but we do the cluttering before to downsize, especially if you're downsizing, going in and putting everything in your home in the same category together. So when you move into that beautiful new home, your laundry room or your garage aren't mixed.
Well, in your kitchen, yes, in your kitchen, because you want somebody to come in and there's a certain way to set your kitchen up, right?
Absolutely.
So it functions well.
Absolutely. Well, functioning of kitchen for me is one of my biggest pet peeves since I love to cook. So making the kitchen functionable, the pantry functionable is amazing. A lot of people spend way more money than they need to because they're not aware of what they have in their kitchen. How many times, because you're like, I've decided that I'm going to make, I don't know, spaghetti and meatballs, let's just say tonight, but do I have pasta? I don't know. I'm just going to buy more.
Yeah.
Right. So they
can't see it tucked way back in there.
It's tucked way back in. It's not organized in a proper manner. So we have actually gone in and told people you're not allowed to go to the grocery store or to Costco for like 3 months because we've got to get through what you have here. And then we'll do meal planning around what they have.
Yeah. Right? Oh, that's ideal.
Yeah, no. So there's a lot of ways that even though we do charge money to do this, we can actually save a household money. We do background checks on everybody.
Okay.
They are trained with Callie and I both. We bring them in for several weeks to work with our current clients with us. We go through, we kind of try to see where their strong points are and where their weak points are as well, and try to work on both of those to enhance them in any way. And then what we would do is interview a client, and then we would try to match them to their best, the best person for
for their needs and
for their needs. And then as far as communicating, so as I said before, we do have a home binder, a house management binder. It's a standard binder that we all use, and it's a live document. And as things get done in the house, they go on the management, the binder. It's live so the client can see it as well, and Callie and I can see it as well. So we can kind of monitor what's going on in the house.
Okay.
We also have an extensive list of vendors. So we've got a really good database for different areas. Some areas we have not worked in yet, so we have less of a database in that area. But I work in Boulder. We work all over Metro Denver, Parker. So we've got some really good data for vendors. And that is also on there.
That's so helpful. It's a good time saver. Yeah.
Yes.
Because you're a trusted resource.
Exactly. Having a new set of eyes, having a new system
New systems are so important.
New system for our mental health. It's
Mhm.
also doesn't make life mundane.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, makes us think a little bit. My laundry has changed the way I do things. My tools for my kitchen are now in a different place.
I'm going to use them now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
use them. I didn't even forgot I
Enjoy my
had these.
kitchen. Exactly.
You know, a lot of people have smaller kitchens or just haven't organized their kitchen in a manner that they know what they have. One more thing about knowing what you have. So when I go into somebody's home, they usually have beautiful plates and beautiful cutlery and beautiful glasses, and they never use them.
Mm-hmm.
They never use them
Because
because
they're going to be for the special
times.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, okay, the people that I cook for and the people that I manage their homes, I use those things every day. And they're like, oh, it's so nice to come home and like feel like it's a holiday every day.
Oh my gosh.
Right? Like,
yeah.
And I order like a lot of times I'll be like, hey, let's order something new this year for like spring,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I know that people can do that and they want to do it, but not everybody not only has not the time, or they just don't think about it.
Yeah.
Right? They just keep on using the same things. And I know those are minor things, but those are the kind of things that make you fall back
in love with your home. Exactly. We are here. We should embrace it and
Yes.
love where we're
and
living.
use your good things.
Yes. All right. So we'll end it on that note. Use your good things.
Use your good things because you never know.